podcast. Welcome back to Island Vacation Travel Podcast, where we explore innovation, smarter travel, sorry about that, innovation and strategies that make journeys safer, easier, and more enjoyable. I am your host, Al Philosia. Today's episode is sponsored by oldglory.com. Guys, don't forget to support them. They're actually our sponsor for today. Um, your go-to source for unique apparel and also patriotic designs and also nostalgic designs as well that let you express yourself boldly. Visit oldglory.com to find something that tells your story. Now, guys, our guest today is Oscar Hedaya, the founder of Space Safe, a company redefining traveler security in 2026. Very important. Oscar's mission is simple: give travelers visibility, control, and true peace of mind for their most important belongings. Oscar, welcome to our podcast. First of all, let me start with a question. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. I just have a few questions, man. That's very interesting that you have such an interesting business. Very necessary right now as we speak, because we're in a very tense time.
Yeah.
What do you say about that?
Yeah. So I'll for those people who don't know what the product is, basically, we have this safe that we invented, and it is a safe that has a lot of tech in it. It has a touch screen. It has cameras. It has sensors, and it connects to your cell phone. So you can kind of think of like Ring doorbell, but for safes.
Okay.
So if anything happens to your safe, or happens anything surrounding your safe, you get notifications to your cell phone.
Okay. Awesome. That would be becoming very useful, especially for our business travelers, that they go to a lot of conventions and all that kind of stuff. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Oh, no. You go. It's all right.
Okay. And Oscar, what inspired you to focus on the gap between modern travel planning and physical security?
Yeah, I mean, look, the truth is, you could track your car with an Uber. You could track your flights when you're flying. If you have an air tag, you could track your luggage. You know, you could see everything that has to do with your hotel or Airbnb reservations. But once you're in those spaces, and that's why the name of the company is Space, is because of like the spaces. But once you're in that space, you're blind. You have no idea, and some people travel to first world countries. Other people travel to third world countries. Some are safe, some aren't safe. For me, I've been to many unsafe countries, and the truth is, if I'm storing my passport or my cash in an Airbnb or in a hotel, I want to make sure it's secure. I want to make sure that if I secure it in a safe, whether it's my safe or another safe, I want to make sure that when I leave the room, that I'm not going to have to worry like, hey, is somebody going to break into my hotel room and open my safe? Or somebody going to break into my Airbnb? Because right now I'm traveling. I'm in the Middle East. I told you before. And this is a crazy place to be right now, right? I'm in the middle of a war zone right now. And I'm in an Airbnb. And the way to get the key for my Airbnb is through one of those like pins, those locks that like hold the key. So you put like 1, 2, 3, 4, you open it and you get the key.
Okay.
Do you know how often people change those things?
Yeah.
Never. They never do. That means if you stayed in my apartment before, like a few days ago or 6 months ago, that means if I'm not here in the day and you come in, it's not even like breaking in if you have a key. You know what I mean? You could get access to my apartment. You could get access to my things. So I think it's like super, super important to have a safe that you could trust in wherever you're staying.
Right.
And even more so, if you're able to get notifications if somebody tries to open the safe, like if you come into my room, whether it's my Airbnb or my hotel room, and you put in an incorrect PIN code as the person traveling, I'm going to get a notification to my cell phone. So I could be out for lunch, I could be on the beach reading a book, I could be anywhere in the world and still get notifications.
Okay.
So that's really the beauty.
Okay, awesome. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I totally understand that. And in your experience, what's the biggest risk travelers face today with passports, cash, and laptops?
Yeah, I mean the truth is, you go to if you go to a third world country again, if you go to a third world country where like crime is very high, it's very scary to walk around that city with your passport because you could be pickpocketed. Even in Milan, I mean, I watch videos all over the all sorry, I watch videos all over the place all the time, and like I see these crazy horror stories, so if you're in a place where you're walking around with your passport because you're too scared to use either the safe in a hotel or there is no safe in your Airbnb, I mean, the risk is so high. If you've ever lost a passport or had it stolen, it's really one of the biggest headaches in the world.
Yep. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It sure is. You do not want to lose your passport. For some advice for you guys, boy, take care of that passport. That is a federal document. You do not want to lose that passport. You do not want to misplace that passport. You do not want to damage the passport either, right? So yeah, we totally understand that. And what about using it on cruise ships?
Yeah, so right now, we're actually in the middle of selling cruise ships and hotels, and hopefully, our product is a luxury product, so it's a little more high end
Okay.
than what you currently see in hotels.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem with safes in hotels now is nobody trusts them, right? No one trusts hotel safes. People don't use them. They would prefer using the sock drawer in the hotel to store their passport than the actual safe. And one reason is because, I don't know if you've ever seen any of those videos online, but those videos that basically show you how to break into one of those safes could be like 30 seconds. You could just, whether it's brute force or using a hanger from your clothes, those safes are pretty crappy, even when you're staying at a luxury hotel.
Mhm.
And the beauty going back to like right now, we're talking to a cruise ship right now, a cruise line, and if they put our safes in the hotel, I mean in their rooms, again, same concept. If you are anywhere on the cruise ship and you get a notification that says, "Hey, incorrect PIN was entered on your safe," or anything that has to do with something like that, you're going to run back to your safe.
Mhm.
And on top of it, I mean, these hotels, these cruise ships, they all have cameras. And it's very, very hard if you don't know when somebody broke into your safe. I promise you this, the hotel or the cruise ship is not going to go through 10 hours of footage trying to find that person who broke in. But if they had a 3-minute window to look to see exactly what camera to look at, they're going to look and help. And so it helps their liability and it also helps you get back whatever was maybe stolen.
Okay. All right. And how are traditional offline SATs failing the mobile tech savvy traveler in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, simply put, traditional safes, which make up 99% of safes sold today,
Mhm.
it's every single safe that you find right now in a hotel or a cruise ship. Those are traditional safes, right?
Yeah.
They're just a piece of metal. And once you put something in there, you kind of forget about it. You don't know what happened. So if you're staying in a hotel and for 5 days or a cruise and you're staying there for 5 days, I mean, I just came back from a cruise about 3 months ago and I open I open the safe day one to put my stuff in. I open the safe again day four to take my stuff out. And
Yeah.
I didn't open it during, right? So anybody could have come and opened it and taken anything out.
Mhm.
And that's the difference, right? The difference is with the tech, with all of the features that we're able to offer, you have an activity log, you know when somebody opens or closes it, you have instant visibility. So, and that's kind of what we're giving you, that extra layer of security that doesn't exist with other safes. That's what we're providing.
Okay, okay, okay. That's very important information. That's very, very useful to know. Now, we're just going to take a quick break, guys, and we will be right back. We just want to say thank you to our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Island Vacation Travel Agency. Whether you're planning a luxury travel to the island for an escape, a business trip, or a personalized adventure, our team can actually create a stress-free travel plan for you, tailored for your needs. Visit www.islandvacays.com to schedule your consultation and make your next journey seamless. Okay. Now, I'm going to jump right back into the episode about technology and innovation. Let me ask you, Oscar, can you explain how connected smart safes provide visibility and accountability that traditional safes don't? And I know it's kind of going to fit into the previous question.
Yeah, I mean, the number one thing is we offer two kinds of ways to get notifications. Number one, you get a standard text message if something happens, and number two, the other way is if you want, you could connect our mobile app. So if you own 5 safes, let's say you have safes at home, and now you're staying in this hotel, you could just scan the QR code, and it connects that safe during your stay to the mobile app. So you could, again, you could see everything instantly.
Okay. 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 So it's on the app, right? Okay. Awesome. And how does digital visibility change the traveler's experience compared to conventional security measures?
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, like I was saying before, I don't even use a hotel safe. You know,
Mhm.
when I'm staying in a hotel, I usually, whether it's a hotel or an Airbnb, I usually put my stuff in like the freezer. I'll put it in the laundry bag, you know, anywhere that somebody will not be expected to look in, because the sock drawer is the number one place that people, and there's surveys that have been done by people who used to work in hotels, and also by people who have had theft from hotels, right? Number one place, sock drawers. Everybody uses them.
Mhm.
And it's one of the, there is no security around the sock drawer, and it's the number one place that you would look. Number two is the actual luggage, right? People still put their thing in the luggage, and it's right there when you open the luggage. There's nothing else in there except for that. And you know, it's very sad because we spend it depends where you're traveling in the world and how long you're going for, you know, but you could spend anywhere from hundreds all the way up to thousands of dollars on your travel. And the truth is, you could have the best travel that you ever had. Again, whether it's hundreds or thousands. But if on that last day you go to open the safe and your passport or your cash or your ring or your watch is gone, that vacation is ruined.
Yeah.
That it's ruined. That's it.
Mhm.
You know, and it's such a small little simple thing that you could do just to make sure that you're a little more secure than the average person.
Yes, yes, yes. Are there, and I know you said that, but are there surprising ways travelers misuse or overlook security in hotels, Airbnbs, or even short-term rentals, in your opinion?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, because yeah, I was saying, are there surprising ways that travelers misuse or overlook security in hotels or even
Oh yeah,
rentals?
yeah, 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 all the time. I mean, you know, people look. I think people don't understand. I think people are very I think most people are think that they're honest, and they're also they don't realize that bad people do bad things, and it doesn't need to be 25% of the world is doing bad things. You need just one person to do one bad thing to you, and that one person could be doing a lot of bad things to a lot of people. And if you are if you were stolen from and somebody opened your safe, or if you weren't using a safe and somebody stole something from either your hotel room or your Airbnb, I promise you this: whoever did the stealing, whoever did the theft, it's not their first time and it's not their last time.
Yeah, totally understood. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Now, guys, if you're enjoying today's conversation, subscribe to Island Vacation Travel Podcast. We bring you insights from innovators, entrepreneurs, and travel experts to help you explore smarter, safer, and more memorable journeys. Today, we're focusing on safety. Follow us on your favorite platforms and share this episode with your fellow travelers. As I told you all, today we are focusing on safety, right? Now, we also want to focus on minimizing stress and cries, of course. What roles does AI and automation play in reducing travel stress beyond booking logistics, in your opinion, also?
Yeah, Yeah, I think the more and more that we connect to AI and GPTs, the more connected that we get on not just to have these applications, but also where we're able to connect personal information to those applications. Whether it's your email, your calendar, your credit card statements, the more that you're able to connect over time to these AI, the AI is going to be able to say, like, hey, Oscar, I see that tomorrow you are in St. Lucia and you don't have anything planned for lunch in your calendar. I know that you like eating based on your credit card statements, I know you like eating at these kind of restaurants.
Mhm.
This is a few recommendations that I recommend that you use so you could go yourself, right? And right now, it's working based on like us asking questions, right? Like, hey, where should I go for lunch today?
Mhm.
But the future is more that connected side where it's going on its own. So you could say like, hey, I'm going to be traveling on these dates. Keep an eye on, keep an eye out. If there's anything you recommend, message me. And all of a sudden you'll start getting notifications, whether it's through emails, text messages, or through the apps itself. And that's one of the biggest things that I think AI is going to have over time.
Mhm. Yes, yes, yes. And how do you see travel security's landscape evolving over the next like 5 to 10 years, 15 years, whatever it may be?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this. I think all these hotels and Airbnbs will probably have a space safe there in the next 10 years.
That-
And you're going to feel very secure. I promise you that.
That's right. That's right. You have to project it out there. That's very right. Right. And Oscar, can you share a story where you connected technology, saved the traveler from like a potential crisis, if you may?
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I've had where you're asking for a story that I've had.
Yeah.
I've had a story where um, I miss a flight, or I my flight was delayed a couple hours, and I have certain AI that monitors both the flights and also and also my inbox, my mailbox. And if it goes past a certain amount of time, then they email the what's it called, the airline on my behalf, and they try to get me money or whatever I can get, some kind of award slash reward for being delayed or missing a flight or anything like that.
Okay. Huh. Okay. Okay. So you've had actual experiences where you could actually help out. That's very informative. That's very informative. That's very, very
Yeah.
informative. Guys, if you need reliable transportation in Central Florida, island vacation, Concierge Transportation and Courier provides professional airport transfers, business travel support, and specialized courier services. Safe, dependable, and customer focused. Contact us at islandvacationtraveltransportation.com for your services. Now, Oscar, let me ask you, advice and peace of mind. What advice do you have for travelers who want convenience without sacrificing security?
Yeah, I mean, look, to be honest, if you want convenience without sacrificing security, um, I mean, maybe just trying to go somewhere that's very safe. You know, when you're selecting your hotel, when you're selecting anything, and Al could help you with that, of course.
Right.
But you know, choose something that makes sense for you. You know, and if you're on a budget and you have to go somewhere a little lower, that's maybe not as safe. Maybe carrying your passport on you and hooking it inside the pants through the loop with one of those carrying cases.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, just stay safe out there.
That's right. That's right. Stay safe. That's right. And
Yeah. And don't take a drink from a random person. That's for sure. I've heard crazy horror stories from friends of mine.
it never gets old, man. It never gets old. No matter where you go, you
Yeah.
keep on hearing that story. Yeah. So you'll think people would have learned by now. So, guys,
Yeah.
that is some wise words right there. And how do you define true peace of mind for modern travelers in 2026?
How do you find a true peace of mind?
Yeah.
You know what? For me, everybody has something that's special for them. For me, like whenever I'm traveling, I want to make sure that I have a credit card that's gonna work when I'm international and it's not gonna turn off. I have my cell phone that I prepare and make sure that I'm not roaming. That way I don't come back to have like a $600 phone bill. You know, these are ways that I have peace of mind for myself. You know, track my luggage, make sure my Uber account is working, you know, make sure everything is in sync to make your travel as easy as possible.
That's right. That is right. That is right. Yes. And that is very correct, guys. It's all based on you. It's all about you and how you
Yeah.
feel safe. But you gave some very good pointers. That's just pre-checklist for travel. So you have to make sure that you're on top of you, dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's. It's very, very, very important. Now, guys, if you're traveling, if traveling is more than a journey, right? It's actually also a lifestyle. I want you all to check out our online store, which is www.ibtaware.store.com. IBTA Wear Travel Store for travel inspired apparel, accessories, and merchandise that lets you explore in style. Shop now at store.com. Now, in closing, Oscar, I personally want to take time to thank you so much for just going out of your way and being so patient with us. To be able to come up with this podcast on such an interesting and necessary product. I know it's going to be very useful right now and for the future. It probably was useful for the past as well, because a lot of people have lost a lot of stuff. But of course, as human beings, we evolve and we get to come up with solutions. So I don't know if there's anything else you want to let us know. As I told you, we want to thank you for just coming up with those solutions for making travel stress-free. Is there anything you want to share with us?
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, the safe also, it's for people in their homes. If anybody wants to buy one, they could go on our website. If anybody has questions for us, they could email us. Could I say my website name or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it. So www.safe.com. If you have questions for us, you know, ask away. my biggest thing is if I want everybody to just travel, and I think the traveling makes the best experiences you're ever going to have in your life. Because when you look back, and I remember the last trip that I took with my grandparents, I think they were 87 years old. I took my grandparents to, what's it called, to Spain,
Mhm.
and I took them to the beach. And for 7 years after that, every single time they saw me and they saw somebody else, they always say, "Oh yeah, he took us on vacation. It was the best time in the world. He took us on the beach. It was the last time we went on the beach, and it did this and this." And you know what? These experiences from travel last forever. So that's my biggest recommendation, and I love what Al is doing. So yes,
That's why we do it. That's why we do it. We found out the secret that that's the most priceful thing on the planet, memories. So look
yes,
for memories and go on vacation, man. Helps the family get
yep,
together, help the family bond together. That story you just gave us so beautiful. I mean, like, that was really, really, really heartfelt right there because I know how the grandmother thinks and feel, how grandparents feel about when their grandkids go above and beyond for them and they're able to brag about it. And they will brag about it, you best believe, to everybody they ever
yes.
come in contact with to let them know, yeah, this is our best grandson. He did that for us, he did this with us. I can only imagine. So that's beautiful and good for you. That's how you get blessings as well. I found that out from my girl.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
that's how you get blessings. So don't ever expect that you'll not succeed in anything you do. You will always succeed as long as you don't forget to create memories with your family through vacations or whatever it may be. Go ahead and plug the website again. I will also be putting it in the description so that you guys can support, because this is what this is about. Want to share the information with our business travelers, with our corporate travelers, with our businesses. Also, the hotels that we partner with as well around the world. There's Oscar is providing a luxury product, which y'all know that's what we do. We do luxury. So it is Safe Space. You said thesafespace.com.
the space safe.
Oh my God, my brain just had a scramble. I'll let you go ahead and say it because I'll type it there.
You know what? Honestly, can I tell you the truth? It took me like 6 months to get it right in my brain. It's such a tongue twister,
Yeah.
but it's www.thespacesafe.com.
Thespacesafe.com. And that's one of the things that caught my attention as well. When I read the email, I kept on mixing it up. I was like, you know what? This is catchy. This is actually very catchy. So yes, the spacesafe.com. Now I'm locking it into my brain. So again, we want to thank the spacesafe.com and Oscar Hedaya for this amazing product that you've provided. We also want to go ahead and thank our sponsors, allglory.com, for supporting the episode. To our listeners, remember, technology, planning, and trusted guidance could help you travel smarter, safer than ever before. That's a luxury that we didn't have before. So do not take it for granted. I'm your host, Al Philosian, reminding you to travel confidently, guys, protect what matters, and enjoy your journey along the way. Until next time, adios, Oscar. Thank you, man. Be very safe out there.
Thank
Again, I
you.
said thank you so much for the service that you provide. And hopefully we'll meet up in person very soon in Miami, man. I'll make sure to
Yeah,
check you out.
absolutely. As long as one of these missiles don't hit me, I'll be fine.
No, it won't.
Thank you so much for having me. What?
No, it won't. We'll see you back in Florida very soon.